So let me be very clear, Omékongo. If anyone suggests that, oh, I don't care that people are hurting, that's sheer stupidity. On this show, from the day the inauguration took place, we talked about the attack on federal workers. On this show, we've literally had union leaders talking about this very issue. All of the major unions discussing the impact of federal workers. And so we understand that with the government shutdown, that government workers were not getting paid. But let's also understand what the fight was for. It's to make sure the federal government workers get their back pay. Mm-hmm. Russell Bott said, we ain't doing that. The fight was over getting folks rehired who were illegally fired, unjustly fired by Trump. That was a part of this. Healthcare was a part of this. Expanding SNAP benefits was a part of this. So if you are a Simple Simon and you think that this was only about a healthcare battle, then you have not been paying attention not only to what's been happening in D.C., other media outlets, but you damn sure ain't been paying attention to this show.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. It really sucks, man. You know, the way we're coming off of, you know, the elections last week, and for Mike Johnson and Thune to basically be right, because last week they said, well, Democrats are pretty much making this noise, and after the election, I'm sure they'll come back around. And that's what happened. And so when you see that the way that they caved, when you see who caved, and when you see Chuck Schumer pretending like, oh, I voted no, like he didn't really know what was going on, when Shaheen said that they've informed him on everything, this looks absolutely weak on behalf of the Democrats. They successfully, and we all talked about messaging on the show and how Republicans are always better at them. They successfully, throughout this shutdown, changed the narrative. They moved the narrative from Trump talking about crime, from Trump talking about all of this other stuff, and they were in control. They had the people in control, in line with them. Everywhere we went, people were talking about the need to fight. And for them to cave in like this so quickly, it's extremely disappointing. And yes, like you said, nobody wants to see anybody suffer, but we know that these Republicans don't give a damn about health care. We know that they had special sessions in July to get tax cuts for the wealthy. We know that over this weekend, Roland, as they were saying no SNAP benefits, and we're going to penalize states, and Trump was saying, I'm going to penalize states that do this. He was working to get more tax cuts to the wealthy and those companies. So this is who they are. And anything that gets down to even if the Senate does pass something on healthcare, anything that gets down to the House is going to be voted down anyway. So what the hell? You know, it's like people feel so let down, and they have a right to be. And I don't know. Schumer needs to go. Ro Khanna's right. I mean, he needs to go. He is not the leader that Democrats need in this moment. And anybody who feels like this is a win for Democrats, particularly long term, they are sadly mistaken. These guys are not to be trusted, and we're about to find out once again.
Yes, right.